Hey everybody, welcome to a special Road Soda episode of the Hoppy Craftsmen. My name's Eddie. I'm in the studio. The two heathens that usually are on the show are not here. Nate's at home. Chris is in a garage, I think, and they're on Skype. And
yeah, I'm in my garage. Good acoustics in here.
Sing us a church song, Chris.
You can break a glass in there.
Anywho,
what's up, guys?
Many glasses in here.
We're doing this as a short episode so we can get maybe weekly shows out.
Yeah.
Because people are bored at home and they need entertainment. So I guess that's the first question. Have either of you murdered your children yet?
No.
Or are you getting close?
Every day I wake up and I think to myself, can I do this? And by the end of the day, I say to myself, no.
You're like, this wasn't in the child manual.
Yeah.
I think the fat Jewish said it on Instagram. He had a post where he's like, my house is becoming like Vegas, spending all this kinds of money. It's cocktail hour anytime right now, and I have no clue what day it is.
Yeah, seriously, I was drinking Valley beer at like 3 o'clock the other day. I was like, this is not the end. It's like a Tuesday.
So has your alcohol consumption increased being at home?
All the way up.
Oh yeah.
All the way.
It definitely has.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, and it's because Rent House delivers to my house now. So I've had like 4 deliveries from them.
Well, now it seems they're delivering everywhere.
They started delivering tortillas.
Yeah, they're doing
beer and
Gadzooks tortillas.
We made shredded beef and just waited for that delivery to come one night.
You're like, I can't eat till my tortillas get here.
And it came at like 5:55. I was like, oh my god, this is perfect.
That's too funny. Yeah, I saw the little like map of them doing different areas or whatever around the valley. Like you have, what zone you're in, or that was in the wilderness. Arizona Wilderness are doing that too, right? The wilderness has like different zones where they have like, if you're within 25 miles of the Gilbert facility, it's like $75 minimum order.
Damn, really?
I mean, no, if you're outside of that, it's 75.
Outside of it.
If you're outside, it's like the fucking Hunger Games. There's like everybody
that's a
has
big
their
ass
zone.
fucking delivery range.
It's pretty big, dude. And they're basically said something about Tucson deliveries coming soon.
Jesus.
For wilderness. I was like, holy shit.
Well, did you see who was down from?
Dark Sky?
Dude, I didn't even know they were coming.
Yeah,
I didn't know they were doing deliveries.
They set up in like a parking lot.
They're going to do some runs.
And they're going to do it again, they said.
He learned a lot. Yeah, he learned a lot from this last one, and they're going to try to make it better and do some more. I guess that's the one thing cool about all this is that they're learning different models about how to keep their business afloat, and then they kind of force people to move into more of a distribution model to get some of this stuff out.
We don't know what it'll be, but something from this will live on forever, right? I think something from this will some way one of these breweries is operating. They're just going to keep doing it because it's worked out well for them.
Ren for sure. I mean, with them doing the delivery and then them already having a sales site for the Saguaro Society, easily we are convert that into full sales and figured it out that they can just do that. I mean, I don't know. I think for them, I like that BRI is going to start delivering. I think that, that's kind of like forcing people to do canning more cans and stuff. I saw something about crawlers being hard to get now. Yeah.
One of you sent that article before we did the show. They're going to be out because literally everybody's bought crawlers.
It makes sense.
And I talked to Matt at BRI, and he said they were up and running for online orders 24 hours after like the official shutdown.
Wow.
So that's a quick fucking turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, they had to know it was coming, right? I mean, they knew that they're going to probably open as long as possible, air quotes, and then that wasn't very long. And so that's pretty awesome. They got it that fast.
This article says they're out of stock until April. That's 4 days from now, so hopefully everybody will be okay.
Because there's not that many companies that do the crawler cans, right?
Right.
There's only.
I think they're all buying them now.
People are like, "What's a crawler?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean it's a crawler? It's amazing. Look into this."
I love how immediately people are like, "Don't bring your dirty fucking growlers into our bar." Like we're not filling any outside things whatsoever.
That was great. And then everybody did the roadside stuff where, they come up, like you basically get out and stay outside the patio, and then we'll deliver your order to you, kind of thing.
I got two where I didn't have to get out of my car because we drove down to Tucson, and Dillinger Brewing had a tent set up outside, and you drove up to the tent, and they did the whole transaction from the car. The Casual Pint in Chandler did the same thing. Like they have a little sign that says "Park Here," where they can see you from the door, and then they run your order out. That'd be cool to have more brewery drive-thrus. Hopefully that sticks around.
Yeah, what is up with that?
I don't know what Dillinger Brewing is. We're
it's
gonna
in
have to go
Tucson.
Okay, that's why I never heard of it. Okay.
They make a Roadrunner Red for the Tucson Roadrunners.
Okay, gotcha.
That's their claim to fame. That's how I came to know them.
I bet it's better than the one that Grand Canyon makes for the Coyotes.
Or the one that Santan made?
Yes.
I was gonna say, yeah. Is it of the 3 beers? Santan, Gold, or Grand Canyon, and then Dillinger.
I would say the Dillinger one is better.
You're right.
The best.
I've only had 2 of the 3, and I will say Dillinger's best.
I've had 0 of the 3, and I will also agree with that. Dillinger is the best.
You said it's a red?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's called Roadrunner Red.
It sounds better automatically.
Chris must be in heaven, though, because there's no
watermelon
sports.
IPA.
Watermelon?
I like sports.
No, you don't.
I like sports.
That was not convincing in the least bit.
Listen, I played fantasy football for like 10 years.
That's
I like
true.
fantasy sports. I created the league and a goddamn trophy for a fantasy football league.
Multiple
I like
trophies.
sports.
Trophies.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Multiple trophies. Thank you.
Nerd.
God, you finally realized this. I forgot what I was going to say because you threw me off track with not liking sports.
Well, you should tell us what you're drinking since we're probably halfway through this short show and we still haven't said.
No, I was going to say, I can't remember who it was. Some comedian made a joke about we lost professional sports and then Tom Hanks and also hockey.
Yeah, all the major sports and hockey.
Yeah, all the major sports and hockey.
To go off of craft beer and just onto Corona for a moment, this shit got real when Tom Hanks got sick. For me.
Yeah, right.
That's when it got kicked into overdrive. I was like, okay, this is serious. This could take a national treasure from us.
Well, like, it's funny because I saw somebody post about it. You better not get Tom Hanks, like, as a joke. And then, like, no, they're serious. And I was like, no, it was. They actually did get Tom Hanks.
Dude.
Like, no.
I was alarmed. Some guy would come in my office. He's like, man, he's on his way back from Australia right now. And I was like, oh, is it Tom? And he was talking about his son.
No.
You're like, I don't give a shit about him.
I stood up and inserted myself in the conversation. I was like, is Tom okay? He's on his way home? No, my son is. Oh, I don't care about your kid. Sorry.
You're like, oh. Is his name Tom?
Yeah. Does he like Tom Hanks?
I saw one today that said, do you want to be the person that gets the person sick that kills Betty White?
Dude, she's
Seriously,
She has
that
to be
bitch must be holed up.
She's in a time capsule.
She must be in in some sort of like holding tank somewhere.
She's in an iron lung somewhere just hanging out. Ed, to answer your question, I'm drinking a Boss Tweed from New Orthodox Brewing from Michigan.
Ed quipped that was old, but didn't that just come in town?
Yeah, 3-4. That's what the label.
So did we get it and it was old? I guess
no,
if you could call 3-week-old beer old.
You would.
Yeah, I mean, I had this.
I would.
No, I've had this for like a week or two.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Nate, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a freshie. This was born on, and it. Excuse me, that was disgusting.
It burps like it was born yesterday.
Yeah, well, it was born the day before yesterday.
Damn, so close.
Dude, they forgot. I ordered the tortillas. And a 2 crowler deal, but they said they fucked up and only sent me one of the crowlers and like another crowler I had happened to order, so I should have got 3, but I got the 2. And then I was like, hey, you guys did that? And then they just sent me a 4-pack of these freshies for free.
Jesus Christ.
Shipped them the next day.
Nice.
I know, they're a bunch of class acts over at house.
Yeah, you were
Next
super
day.
excited when they started saying they were going to deliver to your house.
They didn't even tell me these came, and my wife answered the door and she just handed us a 4-pack of beer. That was a good delivery day.
Like your wife doesn't even know. Like all of a sudden, like some like random person like just hands her.
I checked the Nest. I looked at the Nest video and I saw the guy holding the 4-pack and I was like, someone answer the door. There's an important man at the door. So yeah, thanks, Rent House.
You just like talk through the microphone. You're like, hey, my wife will be there in 1 second. Please don't leave.
This is really cool, you man. You guys are really awesome. Really
the back
appreciate
door's
it.
open. Just go inside, make yourself at home.
Great, make
My
yourself a
door
sandwich.
code is.
Yeah. One thing we have to talk about, I saw a photo, and I don't want to sidetrack, is Fate redesigned all their beer cans.
Oh,
Again?
did they really?
Yeah. And they look like garbage.
Is this like the third or fourth time they've done that?
I don't know. The post-McFate era is bad. If you go to their Instagram, dude, it's like they're a TGI Fridays.
The only craft brewers we have are Fate, Huss, Santan, 4 Peaks, technically, I guess, right?
Yeah, I didn't like the rebranding of the shot in the arm. It was just
Yeah,
it was like a super dark label and tiny writing.
It looks
like,
terrible. Look at the false promises or whatever. All of them. They redid them all. They all look bad.
the Hatch
It's
Chili
seriously-
Gatos looks terrible.
Whoever has taken over has tried to commercialize it like crazy, and it looks like the Instagram is horrible. It's like Chili's. It looks like a Chili's.
Because it's got flair or what?
Yeah, there's people like smiling on it. You know, every photo is fucking perfect. Perfect.
So
The
speaking
lighting
of
on them.
not bad artwork, I'm drinking Sugar, yeah,
See,
from Pueblo Vita.
what kind of beer is that?
I think it's a double IPA. No, it's just a regular IPA with Nelson, Eldorado, and Citra hops.
Just a regular one, huh?
Yeah, just a plain old IPA with Nelson. Is Nelson still a thing?
Yeah, it is.
I'll say this. I was really happy when I saw that the shop redid Business Ethics.
Have you gotten it
They
since?
recanned it. No, I haven't left my quarantine to go down there and get it yet. I was full up with the Boss Tweed and M43.
And
But,
Drecker.
hey, listen,
What do you think's spreading faster in Arizona, Drecker or the coronavirus?
Listen, Drecker's a bunch of Vikings, man. They're
Yeah,
gonna spread
they're
here really
invading.
fast. They're
What's
invading,
Drecker?
and they're
Drecker Brewing at Fargo?
Oh,
Fargo, North Dakota.
never heard of them.
They,
Or at least I'm sure I've seen them in passing.
Yeah, Wandering and Sleepy and Theodore got the initial blast of Drecker, and then this next round, like everybody got them. It was insane. They have a Ectogasm, which is fucking phenomenal.
Okay.
Their artwork's fucking like super cartoony, heavy metal, just fucking like a
It's like Toxic Avenger.
kind of like neon. Yeah, pretty fucking rad.
That sounds dope.
But yeah, that Ectogasm was fucking delicious. They had some sours that were really, really good. Ed had the what was the after school party.
After school or something like that.
It's PRRT.
Yeah, it's
so
like after school
RT.
I don't know. It's probably some North Dakota slang.
Party. That's party, Ed.
No.
Yeah. Listen, it's party. He's looking it up.
No, I'm looking
Anyway,
at the one I had today.
they're delicious.
King of the Thing.
King of the Thing, yeah.
That one was really good. That one might have been better than the Ectogasm.
So Ed talking about Drecker Ben that we met at the Goldwater and his wife.
Yes.
They've actually been there. He was saying that the brewery is called Brewhalla. The Vikings.
That's
The whole
dope.
Vikings name is Brewhalla. He sent some
That's tight.
photos on the Hoppy Craftsmen Facebook message. It's fucking awesome. I'm like, dude, I want to go there now. It's called Brewhalla, and their art's awesome, and the beer is fucking delicious.
That's dope.
It's like, yeah. I'm even excited that they're here because everything I've had from them so far has been amazing.
Nice. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out then.
Everywhere has it. Freaking
Snoozing on that one.
Casual Pint, Divided Vine.
I'm sure as soon as I look actually at a name, I bet I'll be like, oh, okay. I'm sure I've seen some cans.
Yeah, Theodore. That's where I got mine, was at Theodore. The Theodore.
I got mine at One Stop, the gas station in Chandler. Love that place.
Yeah, after moving to South Phoenix, my beer spots are a little more limited. My Beer Wine does a pretty good job. So I'll give those guys a shout out. They're on the they're jumping on the bandwagon of trying to get all the good hot stuff that comes in. So they usually get some good ones.
They should
Yep.
they should contract you as a consultant.
That would work and pay me.
Listen,
Right,
you can't
so
have an
I'm saying
IPA in this
consultant.
place that's older than 3 days old.
Get this shit out of here. It's all trash now. This came in a week ago.
Yeah, you see this rent house? It's 3 days old.
Garbage.
You should have anything older than this.
At best, put it on sale, man.
Nate's discount bin. It's like the $5 DVD bin at like Circle K.
It's full of all
But
the best
there's
shit.
like 5 coolers.
It's just a bunch of Igloo ice chests. Nate's discount bin.
Yeah. I'm serious though.
Yeah.
If I did, I'd be stocking it with lagers right now. Is anybody else a little IPA'd out? I know that this says otherwise,
Yeah.
but
I
this
think
is spellbind.
I think the
It's
majority have gotten very samey. Like it's the same kind of hop profile. The blending of hops has just become like one flavor now.
Yep. I want to drink like.
I think everybody's
lagers.
getting it.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's gonna come up, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's getting what everybody wants for an IPA or hazy or whatever. But yeah, no, I think when I had the was it Valuable Extra at the Strong Beer Fest, the extra valuable.
Oh yeah,
Extra
it's
was
so
great.
fucking dope.
That was really good. Like I was actually
Yes.
surprised that I actually enjoyed that as much as that. I was like, this is really good. This is a good
Honest-
lager, man.
I hadn't ripped into Valley beer all that often, but then I had the extra, and I was like, this is delicious. And I was like, I need to just buy the regular, and I have been. But I really want to try that Crispy from the shop. Hey, it's just a dope name, but they got a blonde lager called Crispy.
Yeah, I've had it.
And
It's really good. Like it's just
crispy beer sounds
super
good.
clean. Super clean. I mean, it's similar to the Valley beer. I mean, there's only so many directions you can go with a lager, but if it's not
Sounds
clean, then you'll
delicious.
notice in a hurry. And that one's clean, so
Yeah.
Good for them. I want to try it. Have there been any other closure? Well, I guess there's one closure we need to talk about. We were talking about it before we kicked off the show, but I think that's really the only one with Scottsdale Beer Company.
Well, it's hard to tell who's like closing and who's just done for a while.
Well, they shut shop.
Well, they're still open technically, but they
Really?
said barring a miracle, we're not going to survive this, like unless like they win the lottery or something. But I think like Helton shut down completely just because he didn't want to risk it. Like he just closed. And I think Pedal House isn't open at all either.
Which one?
Right.
Pedal House.
Pedal House.
I think people who are financially okay could make that decision.
Yeah, it could just close.
Like, Pedal House has money coming out of their ears. With like they remodel they remodel like every 6 months. They just opened the Chandler one and
they own on Mill. I mean, they've got to be stretched a little. Yeah, no, that's a bit of hopefully Scottsdale finds a way to come back, but based off their posts, it didn't seem very positive to do so.
And it's like I could never go there because they never opened like before 3:00 in the afternoon.
Oh, I know, they're so fucking north.
But their hours were like super limited too, so I don't understand.
Yeah,
they just never seem to push sales. It doesn't seem
right.
Maybe they had creditors to answer to, or
the situation couldn't have been good if I mean, what were we? We were not even a week into this, and they were like, "Yup, this is it." So it had to be a dire situation.
Yeah, it had to be something like they were barely making ends meet, and then this hit, and they're like, "Well, time to start the bankruptcy papers or something." Who knows? But I don't think they'll be the last, obviously.
I hope this ends so soon. I really do. I hope we're back. I want to go back to work. Like, I've never thought in my life I'd be saying these things. Like, I want to go back to work. I want the world to start back, and I want things to kick up. I really hope it doesn't go too long. But if it does, it's so clear how some of these companies can't handle not having the business they had before. Especially imagine if you can't put together a to-go business. I mean, you're fucked.
Yeah, and the people who are doing food are a little better off. But if you're a brewery only and like you don't have any kind of internet, because we've always made the joke, like I've never seen a good brewery website. And now all of a sudden all these breweries are like, we got to-go options and delivery options and you can select all this stuff. And it's like, where the hell was this 6 months ago when you should have built your website?
Right.
Yeah,
even more so like
it's fast. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
Well, as I was saying, people, when their website's more of just like, call this number and we'll just order you a beer over the phone. Like, I mean, I guess it could just buy, but I don't want to deal with those people. I want to do like, the run house stuff. I just order my stuff and click send and then be good with it. I want a full sales website.
Yeah, BRI on their website, it gave me a time of when my beer was going to be available, and then it updated me. It's like, your beer's ready now.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's no way that even Ren House, I doubt they're putting it together in all the to-go sales, though. I hope.
Yeah. I hope they're staying afloat. That's at least they stay open, right, until this blows through, and then they can go back to business as normal. And then hopefully even then they still can make it, because I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, all right, it's over, let's go back to normal, and then they're just not going to,
yes,
support and worry about it as much as they should still, because they think it's over,
Yeah, and I don't know the impact on a brewer on the owners of these breweries, but I mean the government did just pass a bill that will pay these companies to pay their employees while everything's locked down, and they're not going to have to pay that money back as long as they use it to pay their employees during a shutdown. So I mean, hopefully there are options, but I'm sure it's still too little, too late for some. Who knows? I don't know.
But how shitty is it to be? What's the brewery called? Moto Sonora. Their opening weekend was supposed to be like 2 weeks ago, right?
No.
Yeah, that's tough.
At the beginning of the year, we talked about how many breweries are going to be closing this year. I think we way underestimated.
Yeah, we were way on the under on
number.
That one.
And then even more so, the number of breweries going to be opening, we didn't even account for that, because there's a ton of now that are just prior in the works, and then now they're on hold indefinitely.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Momentum, we just got knocked back, so what are you going to do?
I'm depressed now.
Hey, drink some Spellbinder from Ren House before it's gone.
Yeah. Just place an order for Ren House. It'll make you feel better.
Ren House will be fine. That's run by a bunch of rich dudes who work at IBM. They're going to be fine.
You mean Intel?
Intel. Sorry. And not rich, but you know what I mean. Smart people who know how to run a business. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
smart. That's what I mean. It's run by smart people who know how to run a business. I have confidence they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So if Drew listens to this, sorry. I just meant you're smart.
And Nate just jinxed rent house now.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I will. I don't know what I'll do. I don't even know what I'll do. I don't even know
You're going to eat your hat.
He'll deliver for free in his truck.
A couple of hats after that. They have the best property. Let's not talk about this.
Don't depress Nate further.
Move along.
Making me sad. I've been to a few of these places now under lockdown, and it's interesting. I was at Wandering Tortoise, and we were the first weekend we went there. We went in and sat down. I mean, we went in and we were able to go in. It was dead. But you know,
right.
the Sunday after, when Arizona was still open 2 weeks ago, that Sunday we went in and we went over to Nelson's, and it was, everybody stay away from each other, but it was easy. Now it's all get your beer and go, and you can get fills of Neonic at Wandering right now. You can get 32-ounce growler, 30 growler fill of Neonic from the shop.
Damn.
Yeah. So I mean, they're just anything that's on tap, you can get a growler fill. Period. At all these places now because they just need to sell it.
I saw Wandering. I don't know if Theodore and Sleepy Whale are doing it, but they're doing the delivery service too. But it's only like a certain mile away from. You guys know Sleepy Whale guys are doing it.
I think they're
Sleepy
working
Whale's
on
doing
it.
deliveries. Yeah, Sleepy Whale's got a cool little website up and our phone app up for deliveries now. I don't know how far they're going, but yeah, Sleepy's definitely doing it.
It makes you wonder, like, what the legalities of it is. I know the guild has a lot to do with it. They've been trying to reach out. It seems like, we need to make money everywhere. Let's kind of turn a blind eye to what people are doing as far as...
Well, absolutely. I wish I know what changes they did make, because they just made something so that all these restaurants could do to-go cocktails. And now Restaurant Progress and a bunch of these places are making really cool to-go cocktails. So they did. You're absolutely correct. They did a bunch of stuff. I wish I was more prepared.
Well, Arizona's always been able to get mail deliveries of beer too. People can ship beer to us, right?
Yes.
So we can always do, mail alcohol.
And these are distributors they're working with on this new delivery process. I mean, the people coming to my house from Ren, they're distributor delivery guys.
Right. So, I mean, maybe they kind of tweak the law or kind of like...
Yeah, I don't know how...
I don't put a moratorium on, like, archaic laws or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not good journalists right now. I don't know I forget what they did, what all they did. But all I know is they made it so they could do a lot easier to go for the alcohol.
Yeah, I know. I feel like one of us should be out in like a storm somewhere and be like, I don't know, Chris, it's getting pretty crazy out here. I'm going to go inside.
There's people everywhere. It's pretty much business as usual down here.
And then boom, you get hit by a stop sign.
Have you been on the roads, dude? I mean, people are out, they're doing things.
But there's no traffic during rush hour. It's insane.
Well, I guess that's true. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's true. It's definitely lighter. But there's a lot of people on the roads. Like on a Saturday, it was fucking busy.
Oh, yeah.
This past Saturday. People are stupid.
There's no cooties in your car. What are you talking about?
Where are they going, though?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Rittenhouse comes to me. I don't have to go anywhere anymore.
I went to IKEA because we got to work from home, and my wife needed a desk set up and stuff. And they came over to the desk and like in the car in like a CDC suit. They put the stuff behind the car and ran away.
Holy shit!
Like knocked on the window and ran away. I mean, I'm joking mostly. Like they had a mask on and shit. And they did. They just came and they just rolled it over and then walked away and made it. And I had to load my own shit up. But there was a fuckload of people there.
So you definitely have it.
It's not a problem that. It's not a problem that I had to load my own, Chris.
Oh my gosh. Somebody that's quarantined and listening to this in like another country is gonna be like fucking first world problems.
Yeah.
Gotta load
my own IKEA stuff.
Sorry, rest of the world.
Yeah.
They never sent me a confirmation letter either. I just showed up. The lady's like, "Did you get an email that said good news?" No.
I get them all day long. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. She's like, "You didn't get it? Might have bad news." So anyway.
What would it be different? Like.
So anyway.
Could you imagine the instructions on an IKEA hazmat suit?
The Allen key.
Dude, I'd be really concerned because we'd be a bag full of extra stuff in the hazmat suit. You'd be like, where the fuck did these go?
It's got like an extra arm or something.
Should this have plugged a hole?
Yeah, where do I put this? This extra? I don't even know. Well, fuck it. Guess I'm breathing normal air.
Dude, We watched Outbreak 2 weeks ago, and it's gotten too real since.
Let me tell you what, Netflix with their like number ranking of like most watched stuff, and it's like Pandemic and Outbreak, and
people are sick. People are disgusting.
Dude. And the funny part is like I go on a plane and I watch friggin' like Fight Club and friggin' like
have you ever watched airline disasters on a plane?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's wild.
And people look at me and I'm like,
You're like, this shit's interesting.
What's that with Denzel Washington, like what's it called, Flight or whatever, where he goes upside down or in the plane?
Yeah.
I was watching that one time too, for sure.
You lean over, you're like, what are the odds of crashing on a plane while we're watching this? Even less.
I'm helping you right now. I'm increasing our odds.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, people are watching the worst shows ever right now, and I'm like, that's a little bit too much for me.
I know it.
I want to see a monkey outbreak.
I don't know how to bring this back to beer, but...
Well, we were talking about laws, and we are calling this in our smaller episodes road sodas. And
yes.
This
isn't a road soda.
I think we agree that we don't condone illegal activity of the actual traditional road soda.
Nope.
Just a disclaimer, don't drink and drive. Don't consume alcohol. Arizona has terrible alcohol laws as far as like punishment. But I asked Chris this earlier. Do you know where it's actually legal to have a road soda? Take a guess.
Where?
I'll give you each one guess.
The zoo.
I said the back of a limo.
No, an actual road soda in a vehicle while it's moving.
Fuck.
Guadalupe.
On a fire road? Like a fire...
No, a state where there is no...
Oh, a state.
Yeah, there's no state law saying you can't have a road soda. Well,
in Arizona?
No, a state.
No.
Name a state in Arizona, Nate. We're going back to the is watermelon a fruit?
It's like Maricopa? I don't know, dude.
Nate's in a state of confusion.
I don't know. I remember my dad drinking when he was driving around in a van in Maine. Is it Maine?
No.
Well, he was breaking the law.
Louisiana.
No. You guys haven't even named states where a passenger is legal.
Well, Michigan, it's legal in Michigan to do it. If you were driving, I can't remember what kind of class car, but like a Bronco.
Like specifically a Bronco? It has to be a 1978 Bronco, black.
Between these ears.
Yeah. No, it's because it was the class of it wasn't considered a truck. It was like basically like the same thing as like a station wagon, and so like you could do the station wagon too, I guess. There you go.
Yeah, station wagon is a specific class of vehicle.
What state can you just have brewskis as a passenger? Let's start with that.
Okay, so to start with in general, 40.
Do I live in one?
40 states and the District of Columbia, so Washington D.C. ban both the possession and consumption of any open alcohol beverage container in a motor vehicle.
Damn. Are we in that 40?
Oh shit.
Yes, we can't even look at beer outside in Arizona. So there's some caveats with places that can have passengers. So Arkansas, for instance, you may have an open container, but you can't drink it. So good luck trying to get that explaining to the cop. No, I'm just holding this open beer. I'm not drinking it, officer.
Just like you'll play the jugs.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to play the jug.
So there's a lot of states like that, like Alaska, Connecticut, Delaware, Missouri, Rhode Island, Tennessee.
You're like, I like the aroma. Think about it, it's an air freshener.
Those are all weird states where you can the passenger is allowed to drink, but the driver's not allowed to drink. So therefore, technically, the passenger is not allowed to drink. It's just one of those weird.
Okay, I missed this. So what state is New Mexico? One of them. Like, can we get to a state and have road beers?
Well, we can if we drive.
That's what I mean.
None touching us.
Fuck.
Like I said, Arkansas and West Virginia, you can possess open containers. You just can't drink them, which makes
no fucking sense.
Exactly. In Virginia, you can, as a passenger, drink an open container in a vehicle as long as you're not driving a school bus or transporting children of any kind.
Makes sense.
So we're out of guesses. Yep. Mississippi is the only state where it's allowed to drink and drive. Are you surprised?
Yeah. You are allowed to have a brew.
The driver must not be above 0.08 BAC. That's
it's funny because I think they've passed laws recently for Mississippi, but oddly enough, when I lived there, one, there was hardly any craft breweries, and two, you weren't allowed to actually have anything that was over 5% or serve anything that's bigger than, a pint glass. So you couldn't have a bomb or a beer, or you couldn't have a big mug of beer. It was against the law. Though you could buy a bottle of Everclear, 100 proof, and drink that all day long. But
that's ridiculous.
Fuck that barley wine. So,
people are they don't think about it when they make these laws. Yeah. They really don't think about some of these things.
No, of course not. And from the federal law was basically created to give states money to make it illegal. So that's why they're kind of half-ass written. Like, oh, let's just get something on the books so we can get federal money.
They really need to work on that, dude. I should be able to walk down the sidewalk and have a beer.
But I can see a school from my house. Do you think that's against the law to drink a beer and look at the school?
It shouldn't.
You can't look at it. You have to turn your back.
To drink it. I don't know why you got to phrase it like that, to drink a beer and look at the school.
I want to look at the school and drink a beer.
I just sit there and drink and stare at it.
I just aimlessly stare at the school for hours. Is not what you guys do?
Is it weird to sit there and drink and look at the school? Kids just playing.
Listen, I have a lawn chair. I sit in my front yard with my hose, drink a beer, look at the school.
Screaming.
There's those kids in school right now.
All right, you can stare.
I know.
You've been staring.
I'm staring. I know. I'm keeping the journal.
Staring. I know.
But the funny thing is, you're right about limos, and that's basically loopholes for every state. In some states, you can't drink in the passenger area, which is technically anywhere the driver can reach.
Yeah.
So in a limo, you're separated. Plus, there's some states where it's considered a hired driver wouldn't be drinking. So that's why it gets through the loophole there. That's the same thing, like you said, a station wagon. It has separate compartments technically, and the driver isn't in the passenger area. Is separate from like the compartment area.
Right.
But apparently in Washington State, you're only allowed to transport alcohol in your trunk. Like you can't even have a closed bottle in your back seat.
Car.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually put the beer in my trunk just.
Yeah, you have a car seat. No, you have a car seat just for your beer. Right?
I wish. No, I put it in the trunk.
That's weird.
That's where it goes.
Is that where you put all of Nate's beer to get nice and hot?
It goes in the boot.
Yeah, just before he gives it to me.
He goes on the dashboard and just rolls around. Let's wrap this up, Ed.
We'll keep the endings of these shows short and sweet, so thank you to all the Patreons. Thank you to everybody who listens. You can find us at hoppycraftsman.beer, Hoppy Craftsman on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks to Nate and Chris for Skyping in, and we will see you next time.